Hey everyone, today's video is a bit different. I'm going to interview my friend here, Mandy. I saw her works at the Illustration Arts Fest last year and I was really intrigued by her drawing. So today I'm going to interview her and look at some of the sketches inside her sketchbook. So Mandy, first of all, tell us what you do.
I'm actually a freelance illustrator and also teach at a private art school teaching kids art.
Kids from what age?
Age 4 to 9.
They are very difficult to teach, right? Because they are
their attention.
hyperactive.
Yeah, and some of them they are quite active. Some are really quiet, so you really have to try to talk to them and let them open up.
Oh, okay. Alright, let's take a look at some of your sketches.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so these are the 3 sketchbooks that Mandy has brought down to show you guys. This is a Moleskine sketchbook. This is, what is this?
I actually bought this sketchbook in Thailand.
It looks like those cardboard sketchbook.
Yeah, but
And
it's like
this is a self-made sketchbook.
also bought in Thailand.
Also point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright, let's take a look at the small Moleskine sketchbook first. Mandy is known for drawing food and dishes, a lot of very delicious stuff. So I saw her work at the Illustration Art Fest last year and I was attracted by that works. That's why I wanted to interview her. So can you say a little bit about these drawings?
So basically for this sketchbook, right, it's all the pastries, mainly cakes and breads that I've eaten.
So all these were drawn from life?
Actually no, I actually took pictures of them and then after that I'll draw them at home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's easier, right?
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise the food wouldn't taste nice after that.
Yeah, that's true. That's the problem with sketching food.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. All these are the places of the where the food is sold.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, strawberry, lamington. What do you use to draw? What do you use to draw? It looks like pen and ink.
I use a mixture. I use Sakura Micron pens. I think it's 0.1. And then like for some of the drawings I'll use 0.3 to outline the outer after I'm done.
Oh, like you outline which part?
The outside. Maybe not for this, but let's say for this kind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And this kind.
Oh, why do you need to outline?
Because they will fade a little after you apply watercolors on it. So I'll outline another layer over it
Okay,
and make them pop.
Oh, so this is actually ink with watercolor. Okay. The paper looks. This is Moleskine watercolor sketchbook or just a normal sketchbook?
It's just the normal one. It doesn't take watercolors very well.
Oh, okay.
So it will show on the other page like those blotches, this kind of blotches.
Okay. This is the watercolor going through the page. Oh, okay.
Because I apply a lot of layers.
Oh, okay. The paper actually looks quite thick. Okay.
But otherwise it's really nice to draw on with marker pens.
Okay. Let's flip through the pages one by one and see what you have eaten. So this is...
Oh, this is actually in Penang.
Oh, Penang. This is some sort of bread, is it?
Yeah, it's a local bakery.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I noticed for the outlines you drew them a bit thicker. And the details they are a bit smaller.
Yeah. So it will pop.
I think it's more appropriate to draw food using very thin lines, right? Compared to thicker lines. Because the lines, if they are a bit too thick, the whole sketch will look very black.
Yeah.
So this is ham and olive.
I think this is a 4-leaf bread. Can't remember.
Wow.
This is a Malaysian bakery.
Lavender. Oh, okay. You go to Malaysia a lot?
Not really, like maybe 3 months one time.
Oh, this is nice. This is, what's this? Black sesame bagel. Oh, okay.
I love bagels. But unfortunately, I think this bakery, they closed down in Singapore.
Oh, this is from Singapore.
They used to be in Orchard, Isetan.
Oh. Do you remember the colors that you used for this? Like this color is very It depicts the bread, the big bread very well.
I think it's a red brown. It's a Mission Gold watercolor red brown.
Mission Gold. Oh, okay. So you do mix with other colors, right? Or do you just apply the color here, or do you test out on some scrap paper first?
It depends on my mood. Sometimes I'll test out. Sometimes I forgot to bring like my paper out to actually paint. So I'll just like immediately paint on the sketchbook itself.
Oh, okay. You must have painted a lot, so you are very experienced with using.
Oh no.
Knowing the colors that you like.
No. I feel art is much more of like an exploration. Yeah. So you just try to do whatever you feel like doing.
Okay. Oh. I see some Japanese words here. Do you know Japanese?
A little bit, but I kind of gave everything back to my sensei. Yeah, I used to learn Japanese, but I haven't been using it for quite some time.
Oh. This sketchbook is quite small. You like to draw small pieces?
Yeah, I feel smaller size drawings are much more manageable because big ones you have much more details to cover.
Small ones you can also sketch very quickly. You can finish one page very quickly. Oh, is this ice cream?
Oh no.
Mushroom.
It's a bread. Sandwich.
Yeah, I noticed you like to like to draw all those pastry type.
Yeah, I love breads a lot.
Those dry food or sandwiches. No vegetables and no fish, no meat.
No, there's vegetables here. See?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell what people eat by what they draw.
Oh really?
Yeah. See all this.
Yeah, I like dessert buns a lot.
Okay. Wow, this is green pumpkin.
I think they closed down as well. It's really sad. This is one of their iconic signature bread.
Oh, this is the date of the drawing. Yeah. Okay. That's like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So how long have you been drawing?
Since I was a kid. So I went for art lessons. My mom brought me there and then it cultivated my love for art. But after that I didn't take art for like secondary school or JC period. And then when I went to uni I didn't take art either. So I just when I free time I just went to explore on watercolors and stuff like that.
So all these art drawings are actually self-taught?
Yes.
Oh, that's quite impressive.
Oh, thank you.
So this sketchbook is just dedicated to food
that I've eaten.
Yeah. So why do you just you only draw on one page of the sketchbook?
Yeah, because
the paper is too thin.
Yeah. I realized this Mission Gold. I started using Mission Gold. I think.
Mission Gold watercolor.
Yeah. And then I realized that when I paint a lot of layers, the watercolor will show on the other page. So I can only paint on one side.
Okay. Do you draw or paint on normal watercolor paper as well?
Yes, I do.
Hokkaido cream pumpkin. This is in Japan?
No, this is also from the Green Pumpkin Bakery that closed down.
Okay. I think it's very helpful to write all the names of the food and also the place so that at least you can remember the type of food. Sometimes when I draw, I forget to write down the date. Yeah, then I just forget where I...
Oh no. You should do that now.
Yeah. Black sesame vegetable powder. So do you only use watercolor and pen and ink, or do you use like some other materials like color pencils?
Actually no, just watercolors, markers, and that's about it.
Oh, okay. Like how do you create the outline for this?
Oh, this is done by watercolor and I use like really fine water brush.
Oh, okay.
I think that's it.
Oh, okay. I know you also do prints for those food items, right? The ones that I saw at illustration art festivals, they were actually prints, or are they prints of your original artworks?
Yeah, they were actually prints, but those are drawn on watercolor papers, and I didn't like really draw them on sketchbooks. They are like stored away in another file rather than in sketchbooks.
Okay, let's take a look at this cardboard sketchbook. So what is this sketchbook about, or what do you draw in this sketchbook?
Basically, for this sketchbook, right, it's just pen drawings. It's just ink with no watercolors at all.
I see you have a lot of different colored inks.
Yeah, just this is to test out how it will be like on this paper to see whether there's gonna be bleed through or anything.
Are you someone who goes to the stationery shop and you spend a lot of time at the pen counter?
Yes. I'm obsessed with pens.
Yes, I notice a lot of girls and ladies, they like to
Yes.
stay around the pen counter.
Yeah, stationery addicts.
I also have a lot of pens, but not as many as you.
I think you have actually much more pens than me.
No, I don't have as many pens as you. I don't have all this. I don't have all these colors.
Okay.
Yeah, I only have the primary colors, red, green, and blue. It's okay. At least you use them. Mine are just inside the pen holder.
Oh, you should use them. Actually, I'm just trying to find an excuse to finish them so I can buy more pens.
Yeah. Okay, so all these pens are from which brand?
This is actually a Moji pens, the Sarasa. It's actually a very nice purple color. It's very different from those that you find in other brands. It really pops the colors.
So you use just different brands,
Yeah,
as long
this
as the
is
colors are nice.
Yeah. This one would be different. This one is a fountain pen ink.
Oh, okay. Wow, there is a lot of details as well.
Yeah, I like details.
So what's the line width for this? Is it 0.3 or 0.1?
I cannot remember.
But it's something
But it's
very
really
thin.
fine, yeah.
Okay. It's easier to draw those details with fine pens. Yeah. This is
unfinished
Oh, okay.
because I didn't like it.
Oh, some of your tools. Zig.
Yeah,
This is pencil.
just a normal pencil.
The Faber-Castell pencil.
Yeah,
Lamy Safari, Signal, RP. Oh, Micron. Okay. All those are waterproof, or some are waterproof, right?
I think most of them are waterproof.
Oh, okay. But anyway, since you are just using
Just ink,
here,
yeah.
it doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
Oh, do you use dip pen as well?
Actually, no, this is the brush pen. I think it's a Pentel brush pen, black color.
Oh, I mean the bottles.
Oh, the bottles, no, it's just imagination.
Oh, okay. It's quite interesting you draw all this stuff. Are these things that you have at home?
Actually, no, they are just things that I am interested in.
Oh, okay. It's quite fun to draw little things and then fill the page with them.
You get a lot of satisfaction out of that.
What's this?
Oh, masking tapes.
This is masking tape.
Yeah, because I find that the composition wasn't very well at the end, so I decided to paste something here and there to make it look a bit nicer.
Oh, this is like those Japanese washi tape.
Yeah.
Those with a lot of patterns, right? Yeah. I know. A lot of. There are a lot of designs. That
Yeah.
you can find. Oh, all this as well.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. It's actually quite interesting to use.
They're
those
very
tapes
useful.
for composition. Is this transparent?
this
I see
is
the
transparent.
Yellow over the color, or is it this over this color?
This over this.
Oh, okay. Very interesting. This is also the tape.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So for this particular sketch, you use two colors, orange and
Brown.
brown. Okay. This is a sketchbook that is even older than this.
I think it's about the same.
Or do
yeah.
you use the sketchbook around the same time?
Around the same time, but I finished this only like last year or something.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. How long do you usually take to draw like
I never
something-
really calculate.
But something like this, you will take a few days to draw, or just one day,
Sometimes 1 day and a half.
or 1.5 days, a few hours each.
A few hours. I'll break them out. I wouldn't like sit down and draw throughout. I will break them into different parts of the day to draw.
Yeah, I can imagine that it's very time consuming to draw. Like,
Yeah, and your eyes
everything.
will be very tired after that.
Yeah. So all these were drawn from photo reference, or
Yeah, photo reference. Instagram is my best friend.
oh, okay. I a sandwich, a burger. Oh, what's this?
Just testing out of the markers I have. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, waffle. I really like the stickers.
Tapes.
I can tell that you have a lot of these tapes as well.
Yes, I have a lot. I think I can open a museum already.
But I have to admit that they are very useful.
Yeah, useful.
And they look really good as well. Not very expensive, right?
Yeah, it's only like the simple ones, only about 260.
60. You can use them for a long time.
Yeah.
Why do you like to draw things like this? Like small elements?
I don't know. I just
Or just feel like drawing?
feel like drawing them.
This paper, is this watercolor or?
No, this is just pens.
Oh, okay.
Pens
Just
and
pen.
brush pens. Oh, I really like this ink. This
This
is
is.
a Sailor Gentle ink.
It's so you drew this with a fountain pen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sailor and Pilot, they have a lot of different colored inks. This ink is also very nice.
This is Iroshizuku.
Oh, the Japanese
Yeah,
ink. Yeah, I like their inks. Wow, this is very detailed.
It's therapeutic to
A little bits
draw.
here. So do you share books like this on your Instagram page?
Yeah, I do, but not all of them.
Oh, why don't you share all?
Why?
No time to scan.
Yeah. And I feel because at markets I will show my sketchbooks there, so I feel it's like a motivation for people to go down and check it out
Oh, okay.
on the spot.
I think for some artists, they like to just share like everything.
Oh,
Yeah, but people will still go down and check out their work because they like to see how the original really looks
like.
Some artists, they will like to, for example, if you have a small drawing like this, some artists may like to print it very big, like this big. So when the person goes down to the store and see, oh, it's actually a very small drawing.
Oh, okay.
Like on Facebook, for example, people may sketch on A3 size paper, but when they scan and post on Facebook, everything is reduced down to the web page. So it's very different seeing it real life versus seeing it on the
Print.
computer. Yeah. Wow, a lot of items. All drawn with different color as well. Furniture as well. I like the texture. The wood green texture is very nice.
Thank you.
So do you do any urban sketching? You said you went to only one of the sketching session.
Yeah. I do like buildings, but I feel it's like a whole new level for me.
Oh yeah, it's very different. I
Yeah.
mean, sketching outdoors versus sketching at home in the comfort is
Really very
it's very different because outdoors sometimes the temperature, the weather is not very good. You want to finish very quickly.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just draw very loose.
And sometimes I'm very conscious about passerbys also. So.
Oh, okay. Wow, this is very detailed. I think passerbys they don't really. They're just there to stand behind you
I don't like it. Like, just let me draw in peace.
because they don't really see people sketching outdoors.
Really?
Yeah, but if they start seeing a lot of people sketching outdoors, then it will become something very normal and they won't even bat an eye. So do you participate in those pop-up stores and those illustration festivals very often?
Not very often. I used to do it quite often last year, but this year I'm gonna stop and just like concentrate on teaching.
Oh, why don't you want to continue?
I feel it's very mentally draining. Yeah. Because you have to rush to print your stuff and everything. Because I have to do everything on my own. I don't have anyone to help me out. So it's quite taxing.
Yeah, it's actually quite a lot of work. And if you have to go every year you have to prepare new artworks and then you have to print out new artworks. If not, every time your store will look the same.
Yeah, and people will get bored of it and they won't want to come anymore.
Oh, I noticed all these are actually sort of like still life drawing. There are no characters, no people. Do you not
Because
draw people?
I can't draw people. I'm still trying to learn how to draw people.
Oh, these are very nice. This is green color, gray color, and
Brown.
This is very nice. Nice combination of colors. This is actually more interesting compared to those single color sketches. I mean, different. It's very different.
Because before that, right, I didn't dare to try like different color combinations. So now I try to challenge myself and change the style a bit.
Yeah, it's very different. After you see all those single color sketches and then you see multi-color sketches, it feels very different and it feels more interesting. And it seems that almost any color combination will work. Do you have any techniques or tips that you use when it comes to choosing color combinations, or you just...
I feel maybe you can choose like 2 pastel or bright colors and then go with 1 more dark colored pen. I think they will go really well. Try not to go more than 4 colors, it will look really messy.
Oh yeah. Simple is the best. This is quite a thick sketchbook.
Really?
Yeah. We took just now was 2015 and now it's 2017.
Okay,
Is it?
2 years.
Some of my sketchbook I take 2 years to finish it, so because it's very slow to fill the pages. Unless you have a very good habit of drawing daily.
That's very difficult.
Do you draw daily?
No, I don't.
So it's very challenging to draw daily. Okay, so that's
Okay, that's it.
the end of this sketchbook. Quite interesting sketchbook.
This one I haven't finished yet.
This is...
So a Thailand brand.
Yeah. Do you go to Thailand often?
Actually no, the last time I was in Thailand was like 3 years back.
Oh,
But I feel their paper products are quite a good investment. Yeah, it's still very white as you can see just now.
yeah.
It doesn't have like yellow spots.
I like the cover, the printed cover. Oh, it looks like the
It's a continuation.
continuation of that book.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But just that this one is a ivory colored.
Ivory color, as in the paper.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Stationery. What kind of stationery do you like best?
Stationery. Pens, of course.
Pens and
notebooks.
tapes and notebooks.
Yeah, that's
Do
true.
you buy a lot of notebooks?
Yeah, I think I need to stop already because it's collecting dust in my cupboard.
Sometimes if you buy too much and then it look nice, but it's very difficult to fill up all the pages.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a turning point. This is drawn from photo reference as well.
Yeah, then I've added a few elements on my own.
Oh. Wow. This is quite fun. Maybe one of these days I'll also try and draw with my colored ink pens.
You should.
I only have a few colored pens, like those Signal, Uniball, Gel Stick,
Blue, black. I think you need more
black,
colors.
blue, black, red, purple.
Oh, okay, if you have red and purple, it should be
green.
fine.
Markers, you don't really use a lot of markers, right?
Markers, not really. Maybe the brown ones. Yeah.
Do you have any Copic markers or?
Copics? Oh no.
Okay.
I heard it's really hard to use.
It's Copic markers are not difficult to use, but if you start to buy one, then you start to buy two, and then
Okay, better not start, right?
Yeah. After a while, you have like 10, 20 markers. It's
Oh no.
a bit difficult to control the buying.
Okay.
I
Then
used to
better
buy a
not
lot.
start.
I used to have a lot of colors, but after a while, I just give them away because it's expensive, but I don't really use them that much. And when you compare markers with watercolor markers, they only produce like
That one color.
That one color. So if you need several shades of purple, then you have to buy several shades of purple. So
That's for watercolors. It's more
it becomes
versatile.
very expensive after a while. Oh, I like the color combination. This is light green, light orange, and black. Very interesting combination.
I
Very
really like,
pastel-like color.
I like pastel colors.
It looks good, the pastel color. Oh, bread. This paper doesn't take watercolor that well. I can see all the
Bleed
impression.
through.
But it's okay since you are only drawing on one page.
So I have to put a paper at the back every time I draw to prevent it from like getting onto the next page.
At least the ink, it doesn't feather,
It's still okay.
so the paper quality is still quite good. Oh, I noticed this. You draw squares, you draw the box, and then you draw the elements.
Yeah,
Okay.
I tried collaging it,
Oh, okay. Again, it's a very different feel from just
filling the
laying
whole
out
page.
laying out the items. And then you can draw people.
I think I have to get my proportions right first. Yeah, I'm still not very confident on that.
I think it's very good. At least the details are very. It reminds me of some of those Taiwanese or Japanese artists where they like to draw still life. Basically, very simple, stylistic kind of
Yes.
drawings. This reminds me of those. Do you prefer to use like pens with just one thickness, or do you use those dip pens or pens that can vary their thickness?
I
Or brush pens?
prefer like just pens with one thickness because deep pens I find they're very scratchy on the paper surface.
You have to draw from a certain direction.
Yeah.
You have to draw. You basically have to pull the nib, not like rollerball point where you can just draw. It's very smooth and glass on the paper. Deep pen you have to pull in a certain direction.
No more.
Oh, no more. All right. And now let's take a look at some of her pens and brushes. So, what are these?
These are usually the tools I use for my sketchbooks. So for watercolors, right, I'll use this brush to paint the larger areas, and then
This is quite an interesting brush.
it used to be sold at Tokyo Hands, but right now I don't see it there anymore.
It's a pentel.
Yeah.
Interesting. I've never seen a brush like this. Usually it's a wooden handle brush.
It's not really nice, but I find the brush to be like just nice.
This is a very small fine tip brush.
Yeah, for all the small details and outlining.
Okay. I can barely see the hair on the brush.
It's quite hard to use for this.
Yeah.
And then these are the pens I use for the pen art sketchbooks.
This is
The Sarasa pen, the vintage.
Zebra Sarasa clip pen. Okay.
And then this is the Milk series, also Sarasa pen.
Sarasa pen.
They go really well together, I feel, this the Milk series and the Vintage series.
Okay.
And this is the Muji pen. And a Uniball Signal pen.
My favorite pens are the Uniball Signal pens.
Same. They released a few new colors recently.
Because their colors are, I think they are waterproof. That's why.
I never tested them.
Yeah. This is
A-
white gel pen.
No, it's just a normal like black marker pen.
Oh.
I like this more than the Sakura Micron.
Oh.
And then this is my Mission Go watercolor.
Mission Co is not sold here in Singapore, right? Or is it?
Yeah, it's not sold here. I got it online.
Oh. Yeah, I like their colors also. It's very, very
Very
strong.
bright. Yeah.
Oh, so you have 24.
Is it 24? I can't remember how much I got.
That's a lot of colors. Okay. All these are half pen colors, squeezed from the tubes.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
for quite long already, and they are still not fully used yet.
Oh, okay. You never fill up the whole pen.
I
Just fill
didn't
up
want to because I know I wouldn't finish
Oh,
them
okay.
really quickly.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is a lot. Looks like a lot of scratches.
Because for this, right, I have to actually use a sponge to, how should I put it, to scratch it. Otherwise, otherwise if you put the paint on it, it will actually float up like bubbles.
Like collect into different beads.
Yeah, beads.
Oh, so you actually sort of roughen up the surface. Oh, okay. Yeah, I also do that for some of my palettes as well. I use the magic sponge.
Oh, magic sponge.
Or you know those sponge that you use to wash dishes?
The dishes.
Yeah,
Oh, that one
those.
is okay, right? Because I use that one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's a good tip. Okay. Oh, let's take a look at your pencil case. The pencil case is quite nice. Pen wrapper.
Yeah.
This Tokyo Hands sell a lot of this very colorful
Oh, really?
pen wraps. Yeah, they have a lot of different colors.
I got this as a gift from my friend, so I have no idea where she got it from.
Oh, okay. I like the pattern.
Rabbit.
Okay. So I suppose you have a lot of pens and pen wrap at home.
Yes, not exactly pen wraps. I only have this pen wrap.
Oh, but a lot of pens.
Pens a lot.
Oh, okay. It'll be interesting to see your collection on your Instagram page. Speaking of Instagram page, let's take a look at your Instagram page. Alright, so this is Mandy's Instagram page, Haruko412. Yes. Wow. Let's take a look at some of her sketches. So these are some of the sketches from the sketchbooks earlier. Are they?
Yes, they are.
Okay. So if you guys want to check out her sketches, you can follow her on Instagram. And while I was searching for her Instagram page, I also noticed a lot of other illustrators who also like to draw food items. Yeah. Time consuming. So sometimes I will spend a lot of time finding the music, and then I realized that hey, actually they don't really mind. Alright, so that's all for today's video. If you like this type of videos, the sketchbook interviews with artists, let me know in the comment section, and be sure to check out Mandy's Instagram page as well for more artworks. So thanks for watching, see you in the next video. Bye.